Hey guys, back at it again with another Exosister VOD review. I've adjusted a bit of the settings for how the screen looks. Tell me how you like it. It should be a bit bigger on the YouTube end. It's just gonna look a little bit cut off, especially near the edges. Anyways, these VOD reviews are gonna be a little bit interesting because these were some late night games. I'm reviewing this at like 10 PST my time, but I was playing these when like 11, which is about the time I normally go to bed. So I was pretty sleepy and tired, and I don't remember them very well, and I'm pretty sure I made a lot of misplays. So there should be some good content in here. I am working on a big Exosister guide. That'll be coming eventually to the channel, maybe in parts, just because I don't want to record like a 1-2 hour long video. I think that's just bad for content. And there's not going to be a video tomorrow, but new format replays should be going up on Monday, with all luck. Assuming DB doesn't die, because it's been dying a lot lately. Well, time to move on to the video. So we're going to lose die roll. Unfortunate. We're going second. As you can see, we're playing against PK. They have a pretty good hand. They've got full combo. What is effectively full combo for PK? You know, 2 level 3 extenders, 2 level 3s plus an extender in hand, plus Fusion Destiny. I suppose it's not great to draw Brigandine and Fusion Destiny just because that, like, you can't, there's no point in making Verte if you have Fusion Destiny unless you're worried about an Ash specifically. And, like, Cloak is a good Ash target already. You're going to send Torn Scales, and then he's going to go Boots, Torn Scales coming back out. Brigandine is good as an extender here because it means that you don't have to use your Cloak too early, or Torn Scales too early, as well as you can keep the Silent Boots, Torn Scales for like a level 3 plays or for scythe setups, especially post, you know, your thing coming out. This is a bit of an interesting line. I'm not sure how I feel about it. I've been playing a bit of PK on like Master Duel, so I have a bit better idea of how this works than some other decks. And like, I think it's better to go into Rusty here and try to force out some interaction, because if you can get the Rusty effect off, right, like, this is a really good imperm target. I opt not to imperm it just because I know that like the Rusty is coming and it will be more impactful. But I feel like this is like maybe a tempting bait, but I just don't think it's a very good one. Plus, like, I mean, I guess it's good if you're gonna try to make a Utopic Draco Future early with like wings, but he doesn't do that, and so I'm a bit confused as to why he didn't just like do this after making Rusty, unless he was like specifically going for bait. Imperm Rusty, going to Dagda, and then he's going to Scythe Lock me. Gonna grab Fogblade with Cloak. Okay. I'm gonna shotgun Cosmic here because there's really no way to force it. And honestly, this hand doesn't lose to Scythe at all. If I can get the DPE in the graveyard, that just means that I get a trigger of Sophia. Like, I'm not making any Xyz plays this turn. I'm not playing out of my extra deck this turn just because of the hand I opened. You know, Imperm, Cosmic, Trap Trick, Sophia, Goes in Match isn't like a great hand, but it's playable, you know, by the standards that like I consider playable. Like, I will survive. That being said, the second Trap Trick draw is just dog water. Like, there is no use for this. It's a dead card. I think it's probably worthwhile to hold it, honestly. I don't know if I end up doing that. I mean, it's a bit, I think it's also a bit crusty to just not wait for the DPE effect, you know? Like, he will do it if I like try to force something out. So he's gonna link. So yeah, he's gonna get Goes and Matched here. He's not gonna use DP effect again. Kind of odd on my thought process there, but you know, maybe that's just me. He's gonna use the Celestial effect, draw 2. But again, he's still Goes Unlocked. I don't know why he Fogblades here. Again, it's just, a lot of this doesn't make sense. His plays are like not making too much sense to me. I might just be missing something. He's gonna, you know, use Cloak, grab the Boots, and then on res he's gonna trigger Torn Scales. basically, when I chain trap trick here, like I know he's going to eventually banish something, and I want to try to con him out of a scales eventually. Summon Eldlich and Stella, just because I think here specifically, I was thinking about how, right, we already have a Sophia on board, and like if we can just get rid of the Fog Blade through some sort of means, it's a live draw, plus like if it does get popped for like a DPE effect, he kind of has to yeah, negates the effect, so like we can still activate Sophia Chain Link 3, and then if he tries to pop the Fog Blade later in the turn or in that same chain, we can punish him for that. So he's gonna try to obviously summon out Tracker here, but it goes into, he's gonna summon out Boots instead, overlay. Yeah, so like I said, he ended up popping Fog Blade also. Sorry about this, like I said, it's kind of late here, so I'm a bit out of it. But he ended up popping Fog Blade, right? So Sophia is live, because I don't believe I used it. Yeah, I did use it this turn. So Sophia isn't live, because I used it on Celestial. I'm going to pop all this stuff. I'm going to use, he tries to use break Sword and Grave, but obviously can't because of Al-Sophiel. Yeah, DP didn't go to the grave, so it was totally fine. Al-Sophiel, it's important to remember that the Exosisters have effects that like they can't either be destroyed by card effects from something from the graveyard or destroyed by battle. Good opening hand. Pax, go grab Sophia, normal Stella, special Sophia. Draw one. Pax is not a good draw, unfortunately. And then he ashes the Mikolas. I'm a big fan of Mikolas the more that I like think about how this card works, because it's really like it works in the same way that I feel like a raid does. Like at worst you're going like 1 for 1, and at best you're gonna go 2 for 1. Like, I don't think I've talked about this on the channel yet, but like, if you're gonna activate Mikolas' effect, always try to detach a material first to add the spell trap. If your opponent chains any sort of negation, infib, like something on the field, you know, if this is like turn 2, you chain and you banish it, because you're getting rid of, like, especially if they have like 2 cards set, you know, you detach to add a spell trap, they chain an imperm, and then you banish their other card. You go 2 for 1, because they have to waste an imperm to stop you from getting somewhere, and you can banish. Probably a misplay not to banish the Ash, just in case he plays like Reborn as an extender, because Ash plus like the normal Ragged Gloves plus Reborn is a basically full Phantom Knight combo. I've been considering maining Judgment just for equalizers like Heartbeats, for like Lightning Storm, evenly matched. The more I play about it, the more I play against it, the more I think that Judgment is probably better than Strike. I'm still testing out. Build is obviously in progress. That's why I haven't shown it off yet. I want to have like a final build before I show anything off. But you know, it's definitely looking. I like how it looks right now. I think it's nice. He's going to end up using Break Sword effect, target the Pax. I'm going to use Pax to special the Eldlich, because we have a Stella in graveyard. And then he's going to activate the Break Sword effect. I'm going to chain Bodice, special these 2. And then on res, I get 3 Exosister triggers. I go for Casptel here, because in this scenario specifically, I felt like it would just be better to be able to get things like stop special summoning, and like it gives me follow-up, which like is I think much better just in this scenario specifically, because I'm already so far ahead. Getting more follow-up puts me further ahead. And like even if he can activate like Ragged Gloves, like the most he can do with Boots is search like a Brigandine or the Fog Blade or like a Wings. And like with Ragged Gloves, he can really only send like a Torn Scales or like an Ancient Cloak. I mean, Ancient Cloak, obviously. I think that's probably the line here. I'm gonna get punished by that probably. I'm gonna go Verte on summon. I'm gonna banish the boots. Try to just force him to use more. I can just Gibbering negate the Verte, so I'm not worried about it. Obviously, get punished by the Fusion Destiny in hand. I'm starting to remember this game. This game is bad. Gonna go into UDF. I can. You gotta remember that Utopic Future does have an effect. It can detach a material instead of being destroyed. Right here, this card would be destroyed. You can detach a material from this card instead. Get super greedy here. Turns Conk to attack position, and this is just, I think, basically where my game is going to end. Right, he's going to Fog Blade because I didn't get to the damage step. I can't Zeus. I wasn't, treated as having battled. And here, I go into Sophie, I'll go into Mikolace, but he has ways to beat over, right? Like, he has ways to get 1,000 damage on board. And that's the problem. Like, if he just hits 600 damage, like, I have no way to protect my Conk, basically. He just beats over it, no matter what, really. And, like, I just got too insanely greedy. I think if I keep the Conk in defense position, like, this is a winning game for me. Plus, he's got the draws. Like, I'm just too far behind here, I think. Because I got too greedy with the Conk. I think I should have linked it off, but I think I wasn't playing Link Spider, and that's why. Yeah. UDF, obviously, Fog Void, it hurts. There might have been a way out of this, but I'm not seeing why. I'd have to, like, because if he just banishes, chains DPE, gets rid of the UDF, it comes back. Fog Blade's also in Graveyard. You can just summon back the Break Sword, he wins. Yeah, there's no line here where I win. Plus, he just sets the Fog Blade, gets the 2 free draws if I don't do anything. Well, he can't actually, because of Asophiel. Huh. Maybe I was winning yeah, definitely if I didn't conk an attack position, I think this is a winning scenario. Because Asophiel locks him out of the graveyard, and Mikolace threatens to banish on DPE. And if he chains, he just doesn't get it back, and if it gets banished, he doesn't get it back. Plus, he has no draw, and there's no way to summon back Breaksword. Yeah, I think I actually do win this game. Or I don't know if he Fog Bladed the Asophiel, that's why I thought, yeah. Right. I'm not tripping. Yes, he did Fog Blade the Asophiel. Yeah, and that's why this was a losing scenario. Because then I have to choose between chaining the Fog Blade, chaining the DPE, or banishing Fog Blade, banishing DPE. So yeah, if you didn't have the second Fog Blade here, if I had gone into Asophiel, it would have been last turn instead of the Caspatel. I do win this game, and so that's where I think this misplay. This might be a thing, but like I'm getting less and less happy with how Caspatel is performing. I think it might be a one of, at least until we can get like Magnifica, because then it has more uses for like, make Caspatel search a monster, especially like if it's Ellis, special Ellis, and then any level 4 extender gets you to Magnifica. But right now, I just think that like people aren't like. Special summoning out of the graveyard without having an effect activated in the graveyard is really something only like Tenyi does. But like, I mean, if you're losing the Shaman of the Tenyi, you're so far behind already. And like, Mikolace just banishes the target. Your brain can just negate it. You've just got so many tools to deal with like that specifically, and that's the only thing I can think of like that's meta relevant that summons from the graveyard without being in the graveyard. And so I think it's just better to go Asophiel. And so I might start like going. I've basically come to the perception, at least on my end, that only Asophiel is what you're gonna go into. Yep. How long do I have? I'll do one more. we'll see. Maybe I'll just do one for tomorrow, because I know I said no video earlier, but just depending on how long this next one takes. This one's against water combo. He opens full combo here, and I open no hand traps. So he's just gonna do his thing. He's gonna hand loop me for I think 2 with Mulling Glacia. Yes. Hand loops for 2, sets up a few negates. With Hulk, Shenanigans, Fishborg. Gozen is really bad in this matchup because literally everything on his board is basically water. Like, he doesn't really care about the Akashima or whatever. He's got, so, end board, he's got a spell trap negate, a quick effect add Mermail, and special summon if it's destroyed. The Toad, which is obviously an Omni. And then what does this do? Yeah. It just looks like it was linked material. Like, it's just not good. Okay. Mikolay's detach, and then Toad Tribute. This is exactly what I was talking about earlier, how you go 2 for 1, right? He's going to Toad negate the Mikolay's when I detach to add, and I just chain Mikolay's, banishes Dragite. Anyways, in that scenario, like, I scooped there. I probably should have played it out, but I don't really have any access to either engine, if I recall correctly, in my hand. So, it's just kind of lost pretty badly. So, now we're moving on. I'm going first. Pretty good hand, set 5 pass. Maybe could have activated packs, but I don't really want to get hand looped. Plus Vadis and Armament. Yeah. He's just going to pass. I'm going to draw one, go cast Patel. Again, just gets gammaed on the search. Gonna go packs, add Vadis, set the Vadis and the strike, and he says he has no way to play through the 5 back row. And so I win this. These games so far have really been, I'd say, considered by the die roll. I mean, I probably could have won game 1 had I played it out. And game 2 would have at least been close had he played it out, but I don't think he wins. Game 3, he opens red reboot and full combo. And I have nib, but my nib gets hand looped because he opened minstrel. Yeah, so this is just one of those games where, like, you know, there's not a lot I feel like I could have done differently here. Maybe some things with, like, you know, the order in game 1, but, like, just don't get hand looped, I suppose is the statement. Yeah. I get my nib back. I attempt to play it out. Just because, you know, why the fuck not? If I don't play it out, I'm going to lose. And then Desert Locust hits the nib. And that's GG's. This will probably be the video for today. I might put one up tomorrow, just depending. I've got one more replay that I kind of want to review. But I'm tired as hell. And so we'll see how I feel tomorrow. Have a great day. Peace.